In this analysis video, we are gonna look at what's probable further development in Euro USD. So if you saw the previous analysis which was posted a couple of days ago, we had clearly mentioned that there is a first resistance which Euro USD can touch in case of even neutral CPI. The point was, even if CPI doesn't come better than expected, it still can touch the first resistance because of the ongoing uptrend in Euro USD and many other currencies against dollar. So but still there was a bearish bias, and there are two reasons why we think that the Euro USD can return to the downside after reaching the first resistance. The first reason is the comparison between the previous swing, which was started from here and ended here, and the recent swing. The recent swing is looking definitely weaker than the previous one because it took 21 days just to make this movement, whereas it had made bigger movement and faster movement in only in 18 days. And there is another reason, which is the total strength of bulls versus bears. If you look at the down swing from here to here, it had taken only 6 days to reach from this point to this point, whereas it took more than 21 days to reach this point. So yes, now market has already reached the first resistance here, and also had penetrated above this high. So technically this recent ABCD worked as a reversal pattern, and the minimum target for the reversal has been completed when market took out this high at 880 area. This high was 884.6, and this high is 894. So market is moving technically very coherent with basic methods of ABCD and swings. Now let's talk about what's happening today and what can we expect from Euro USD further. 5 FOMC members are speaking today, which will further give some signals about whether they are going to hold the rate in June and postpone the rate cut decision to September or not. Most members are still saying that just 0.1% decrease in month-over-month CPI is not enough, because other three data, which are month-over-month core CPI, year-over-year CPI, and year-over-year core CPI, came exactly as expected. So if we look at the last 3-4 releases from the Fed, last 3-4 releases of CPI from the US, there is no decline in the inflation. Whereas if we look at the same from the European Union, there is gradual decline since month of January. So there will be a forcible situation for ECB to start cutting rate before Fed starts cutting rates. This is the one thing. And second thing, technically it is at resistance, so any triggering factor from events like this, for example, influential members like this, influential people like FOMC members or any economic data can cause drop in Euro USD. So let's wait for today's closing to understand the overall impact of all the 5 members. It's a very simple way to understand what is the total influence of all of them collectively, is to wait for the daily closing. If the daily closing happens to be below this low, which is 835 area, then we can say that overall picture is bearish, and we can start taking short positions in Euro USD, and we can target the minor support, which is here, which earlier was a resistance. I'm talking about this one, for this area, yeah, so 814, and then the main support, which was already highlighted, which made by this swing low, this swing low, and this one and this one. You can clearly see here it was highlighted by these ellipses. And so that's why I said positions. We can split a trade into 2 positions, targeting this point and this point. So let's wait for today's closing and then decide. I guess we're not gonna miss a significant number of pips today because of bank holiday in European Union. So I guess there will be a minor move today, even if the members from the FOMC will give a hawkish message. When I say hawkish, I mean that if they they seem more inclined to holding on the rate and postponing the cut decision to September. So that is the hawkish sentiment. And then we can see further movement. So that's all. And what happens if it really closes below 835? We can wait for any retracement. If we get any retracement in the Tokyo session tomorrow, and then we can enter short position, or we can simply enter short position. And what can be the exit plan in case of loss? So obviously, if market goes back to the upside by any driving factor, maybe some other upcoming economic data, if we see Euro USD closing back above this first resistance, then we should take the loss and exit. I am emphasizing on closing of the day because I don't want you to get stopped out because of any temporary movement. For example, last time you can see what happened in Euro USD. Market actually tried to reverse from here, but there were some other currency correlation factors which actually pushed euro to the upside. Then it closed as some sort of spinning top, or you can say it can be spinning top, or what we can say, shooting star candle, this. And then you can see this is the spinning top, you can say a hammer. But basically we need to understand the price action, that there was no clear bearish or bullish move on these both days, and then there was minor upward movement followed by another shooting star. So this was a very small bullish movement of 4 days, and I can say that the market was in indecision, no bulls, no bears, and then it started going down. So that's why sometimes it's rather wiser to wait for the closing of the entire day to understand the overall strength of both bulls and bears, and not to get stopped out because of any minor spike caused by any temporary factor. So here we are talking about the high of 1.08943, which is pretty close to a psychological level 1.09000. And I will not be surprised if it can make a spike and touch that level and then come back. So I would not suggest you to place a stop loss. Rather, I would suggest you to take a little extra risk and then wait for the daily closing. But I believe the daily closing is not going to suddenly happen at 1.11 or 1.12 or 1.10. It may exceed by 10-20 pips, which we need to accept to trade, because our reward is pretty satisfying in this trade, even if we take a position at 835. So that's all. Let's see what happens, and we from time to time keep updating our viewers and clients about our own observation and bias in the market. Keep in touch, and you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or simply you can go to our website and click education, click trading ideas, and you can watch a couple of recent trading ideas which will give you an idea of our trading methods. Also, it will give you a good analysis for your own personal trading. So thanks. See you in the next video.